Her name is Sally Issenman.
Hello, friends. I've been excited for weeks about this rally, actually, and really honored to be here. And every time I turned my mind to what I might say here today at this glorious gathering, two things came up for me. One was my beekeeping practice. My practice for almost 5 years now, tending hives, albeit illegally here in the city. As everyone knows, bees are tremendously intelligent and complex beings. They carry out an array of mind-boggling work that provides us and the world with essential food, beauty, and ultimately life altogether. Bees have 5 eyes, 3 simple eyes and 2 compound eyes. The compound eyes are made up of lots of small repeating eye parts. They're called ommatidia. And each compound eye has about 150 ommatidia, specializing in seeing patterns. And this allows the bees to perceive polarized light, something obviously that we don't have that capacity to do. Young honeybees have the capacity to secrete wax from glands on their abdomen. And the wax is manipulated, the scales are manipulated into comb. Over 1,000 of these little scales are required to make just 1 gram of comb. And to make just half a kilo of honey, just half a kilo, about 1,000 bees have to travel over 180,000 kilometers and visit 4.5 million flowers. That's just for half a kilo of honey. Each of the hives that I tend to provide over 100 pounds of honey. We must choose really consciously how we're going to relate to the bees. We need to embrace it as a practice. Skillful means, precision, patience, mindfulness, curiosity, observation. These are the hallmarks of any practice. They're the foundations of serious, meaningful practice. It's in the building of these right practices of activism, of eating, of beekeeping, of being allied with the animal and insect and natural worlds that support us. It's in these practices that our own species will have a chance of surviving and flourishing. The other thought that kept coming to mind when I imagined us meeting today was how Monsanto and other giant petrochemical, pharmaceutical multinationals, how they're encroaching into the urban environment. Even beyond the unresearched, unlabeled GMO food that's on our shelves in the supermarkets, Monsanto, among others, has found its way onto our apartment balconies and into backyard gardens. That early girl tomato plant you grew in a container on your apartment balcony this summer, that's Monsanto seed. If you're fortunate enough to have some backyard space and grew some carrots, zucchini, corn, etc., there's a good chance that that was also Monsanto seed. Monsanto brought us Agent Orange Roundup. They brought us Roundup Ready corn, soybean, cotton, and canola seeds. And now the company is poking its greedy fingers into our backyard gardens. In 2005, Monsanto quietly purchased Seminus Seeds for a cool $1.4 billion in cash. Seminus was the largest seed company in the world. They purchased Seminus, and they also purchased a bunch of other smaller seed companies. And now Monsanto is estimated to have a 40 to 80% share of the home vegetable seed market. It's considered a monopoly by many of us. A first-of-its-kind study released on August 14th, just 2 months ago, found that flowers and vegetables bought from many nurseries and big box gardening centers are contaminated with the same agricultural pesticides linked to the mass die-off of honeybees. Plants pre-treated with systemic neonicotinoid insecticides, either through coating the seed or through treating the soil, make these plants toxic to pollinators. As urban beekeepers and gardeners, we know the city can be a prime habitat for wildlife that is threatened elsewhere. We get to decide how we want to practice as city dwellers. We determine through intelligence and right action what will be most beneficial or what will cause more harm and suffering. We are activist practitioners, and in my heart I really believe this is the case. Let's keep a loving, intelligent perspective on things and use every single imaginable means available to us. Humor, creativity, sassiness, everything that will be helpful on a path to sustainable, positive change. If anything's going to be helpful, if anything's going to get us forward, point a way forward to wisely and effectively helping rather than destroying bees and all of the elements of life that support our own lives, then we need to come back again and again and again to open-mindedness, to clear seeing and insightful action. Thank you.